Hello, welcome back. This is Boris Dimba, and the next step you're moving to is how we can create assembly drawings from our uh, 3D or a model view. So let's switch back to model view so that you just see them how the model view looks like. I'll come to model view here and just click on it or double click, or the three options. You can double click on this, then click on this button, or click on the button at the far end here. I had showed you how you can access it by clicking on that button. You can also access it by clicking the button that was up here prior to us coming to model view. So we have the model view here. So the next step, I'm going to just show you how we can create assembly drawings. So on the assembly drawings, let me just pick any part and generate assembly drawings. And if we select everything here, this will take a lot of time to generate all these components like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just to pick one component and create assembly drawings. Now, I'll pick the part I want to create assembly drawings from. I'll pick the column here. So just note, prior to creating assembly or GA drawing, first of all, make sure you've identified all the parts by numbering all the parts. So unless if you fail to number that, you'll not be able to generate drawings, because sometimes it fails to generate drawings. So just follow the workflow, identify all the parts, then create the drawings. So I've picked this column because this is the part I want to create assembly drawings from. So I will generate assembly drawings for various parts so that you see how they look. Now I've picked on this, I've just left click on it. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to right click while my mouse is just on top of that particular selection. Then right click and come to at the bottom end here under create drawings. So under create drawings, you have two options: part drawing, and assembly drawing. So in this particular case, we are dealing with assembly drawing. So I'm going to pick on the assembly drawing. So I just go ahead and click OK. So the moment I click OK, you'll be able to see the drawings being processed. And the one you're seeing on the window here is the previous drawing that we created as a GA. So we are going to follow our drawings where they have been listed. So to access that, just double click on the drawing manager here, drawings manager, and we'll find our drawings here. As you can see, this is the drawing that we've just created. So you can see it is this. So I'm going to double click on this. If I double click on it, I'll be able to see the drawings being read and is being processed or is being opened for us to access. So just close this. So the moment I close this, I'll be able to see the assembly drawing of that particular column that we selected and highlighted and requested the program to generate assembly drawings from that particular drawing, from that particular component. So you can see the column is here. So this is clean as it is. You can just modify your title block here and submit this to production assembly or production line. So you can see all the bolts location are there. And this has been identified perfectly where you can see the IPE 100 part 153. So these are just been picked among the total numbers of the numbers given to that particular model. So this is P53. You can also see P15. This is the part of the cleat that was attached. This is connecting the cladding rail to this particular column. So you can just walk bit by bit and try to modify here and there, or if you are confident with this, or if you don't need any further combing of this particular drawing, just make a printout and submit it to production line or fabrication workshop. So let me just double click on this viewport. So you can see this column runs all the way to a full height of 5.048 or 5048 millimeter, and you can see it has been broken into two here, just to shorten for it to fit in here. So maybe I want to add a break line here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just double click on this viewport here. So the moment I select on it, you can see the viewport changing to red. So to add some break line here, I'll come here and create a symbol. If I check that box, I'll go ahead and click apply. You can see these broken lines have been closed by break line symbol. You can see that. So I can go look for one and also apply the break line symbol there. Just double click and check this create symbol right there and click OK. You can see that. this looks more professionally done. So any component that was attached to that particular column has been included here. So this you just make a printout, submit it to production workshop, and this will be fabricated as it is. So let me just add some, let me just comb it a bit and click apply, and you can see these broken lines have been added. And if I come here, this is full length, and we have the gusset plates, we have the cleats here, well detailed and well numbered. So this is the beauty of Comosys, and this is a nice one to try. And the best software to use is upon your choice on how convenient it is. And let me just zoom it close. You can see this, all the parts. You can see this part we have II. So if you look at II here, you can find II already placed somewhere here. But that's assignment that you can now deal with later on. So you can see the II is here. So all the parts have been detailed and placed within this particular drawing. So this is a drawing for that particular column. You can make a printout, and if the columns are the same, just give instruction, cut off and fabricate this particular number. So all those instructions are always indicated here. So that's how I generate assembly drawings. So let me first of all generate another one. So let me save this and go back and try to generate another one. So this time around, let me just access the model view through this option here. Let me just click on that option, and this will take us to the model view. Now let me just pick any side here. Let me pick this vertical bracing, and I want to create assembly drawing from this vertical bracing. So if I click on that, then right click and come to create assembly drawing, I'll give it some time to generate that particular drawing, and everything will be processed. So if I come to drawings manager here and double click on that, I'll be able to get that particular drawing here. If I double click on it, I'll be able to see the information being processed, and I'll be able to close this and come here and see my vertical bracing is already here. And this can be fabricated, cut into pieces that fits the details that have been given here. So I'll just double click on in here and probably try to comb my drawing further. And this is optional. You can just print it as it is and submit it for production. And let me just add some more details here if need be. That is, if I click apply and give it an OK, and come here, double click here, double click there, and add some break line there just to close those lines. So you can see how you can add that, and all the details, weights and the lengths, everything is here, and the part numbering is here, the P23, P42, P43, the material is steel, the part name is that, and the number is 9, and 9 length, everything is here. And this is so accurate. So just work out your title block and submit this for fabrication. So you can also save that. I can close that. Let me just save that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch back to model view, come back to model view, or access it through that option, and come here and maybe try create a different member and pick this one, the cladding rail, then right click and come to create drawings and click assembly drawing. So I'll give it some time to process that information. I'll come to drawings manager and double click on it, and I'll be able to access the drawing that has just been generated. So you can see that we have this in place. Double click it to further comb it and add some break line right there, and this is what we have. So this is how you can create your drawing. So let's switch back to the list, and all the drawings generated will be listed here, and the list can go even to 1,000 number of drawings generated. That the list shouldn't worry you. So that's how you can generate. That's how you can generate the assembly drawings. That's how you can generate the assembly drawings in Comosys and the GA drawing. So let's meet then on the next presentation. This is Morris Dimba, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and bye bye.